Friends, myself, Sarala Katgiri, Associate Professor, CS College of Arts and Commerce, Kunkoli, Goa. Dear friends, today we are going to discuss Western political thinkers. We are going to discuss George Wilhelm Fredrick Hegel's views on state in this session. We are going to understand Hegel's views on state as a perfect rationality according to Hegel, importance of state, Hegel's views on punishment, Hegel's ideas on international relations, and critical analysis of his views on state. By the end of this session, you will be able to elaborate Hegel's views on state, explain the importance of state, clarify Hegel's views on punishment, state Hegel's views on international relations, and critically analyze Hegel's ideas on state. Hegel's views on state. Hegel represents the climax of German idealism in political thought. Hegel explains the origin of the state in terms of the dialectical evolution of the family, the civil society, and the state. According to him, man is a social being and must lead an associated life which came to him in the form of the family, based on mutual love and characterized by the principle of unity. In the human evolution, which is dialectic, the family becomes the thesis. The family had its imperfections as it could not meet all the needs of the individual. This provoked its antithesis, that is, the civil society, which was based on contract and self-interest and characterized by the principle of universal competition. This followed a struggle between the thesis, that is the family, and its antithesis, that is the civil society. That is the struggle between the principles of unity and competition. The result is the synthesis, that is emergence of the state, which preserves what is best in thesis and antithesis. The state swallows up neither family nor society, but gives unity and harmony to the people. Mill considered state as a perfect rationality. According to him, the state is a perfect rationality and that man has ethical status only as a member of the state. Mill disapproved that social contract theory was the basis for the origin of the state. He believed in the philosophy of natural organism of the state. According to Hegel, the state is absolute and is an end in itself. The state represented reason and guaranteed liberty. Hegel felt that state is necessary for the moral upliftment of mankind. As a member of the community, his whole life, physical, moral, and intellectual, is drawn from the state. An individual's personality is manifested through laws, rules of inward morality, and through the system of social institution. The state stood for giving maximum liberty to the individuals. The individuals had no rights above the state, and the term popular sovereignty was simply a vague notion. Hegel explained the importance of the state. According to Hegel, state is an highest embodiment of reason. State is an agency that represented and aimed at subjective freedom. State is absolute and infallible. Hegel considered state as the march of God on earth and thus an end in itself. not subject to any restrictions, moral or legal. The state determines what was good or bad, right or wrong. The law of nature is not superior to the state. A concrete universal. The state embodies universal spirit or reason. The state has its concrete individuality, its passions, and its interests. The freedom of individuals lays in obeying the laws rather than their disobedience. The state represents individual, collective, and divine wills. Hegel also explains on punishment. According to him, it is the duty and responsibility of each individual to obey the authority of the state. The state has every right to punish all those who violate state laws. Through punishment, that the state can check the breach of law. Punishment alone can help in promoting security of public life and prosperity. Hegel expressed his views on international relations. According to him, each state had a separate entity in the family of nations. Every state had its own code of morality. The treaties regulated the conduct of states. The treaties are concluded only to achieve a particular purpose. Each state shall settle and decide about its international relations according to its own conditions and circumstances. Hegel felt that wars could not be eliminated. Wars have always been fought in every stage of history. Hegel's ideas on state have been criticized on many grounds. The state could never be an end in itself. The state exists for the sake of the individuals and aims at achieving their development. The state is an agency for giving freedom to the individuals and aims at their progress. The theory of the state leads to state absolutism, totalitarianism, and nationalism, and thus goes against the modern notions of liberty and democracy. The supreme position and power to the state creates the dangers of slavery and social, economic, and political exploitation and subjection of classes and peoples. By not accepting any morality or moral code, the state is bound to vanish. It is also criticized that state is absolute and metaphysical and does not accord with the realities of life. It assumes that man is motivated by reason and it ignores the force of feelings, passion, habit, etc. in human action and behavior. Dear friends, these are further references on Hegel's ideas on state. Thank you.